4 o'clock on your Friday, and happy Halloween. Here's a live look outside. It looks beautiful, but don't be deceived. It'll be a chilly night this evening for all you trick-or-treaters. Time to bundle up. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Mark Salinger.
And I'm Jennifer Meckles. We can take layers as long as we don't have rain, right? It's the last day of October. We have made it out of the month with no snow in Denver. Our weather impact team says we've got nothing on the horizon heading into the month of November, but you will need to bundle up tonight if you're out trick-or-treating because temps are going to be about 10 degrees below average, setting us up for our coolest Halloween in about 4 years. Chris Bianchi, who I know loves a Halloween costume. And it's going to be a good one tonight.
I feel like we're getting ready for snow on Halloween, and not this year.
Right, not this year. We're not going to be getting ready for any snow this year, but you might remember that 2 years ago, we had that notable snow 2 days before Halloween. We had about 7 to 8 inches of snow in downtown Denver, and we dropped down to 17 that night. And then back in 2019, we dropped down to 7 degrees that Halloween. We had a bunch of snow on the ground as well, and 2018 actually snowed a little bit that year. So that's probably why there's a bit of a perception that it always snows on or before Halloween in Denver, but the reality is it only snows 12% of the time on Halloween, and 18% of the time it either snows or we have snow on the ground. So point being, it doesn't really snow that much on Halloween. This is not going to be a snowy year for us. We've got temperatures upper 40s for us. These are basically to be our highs for today. Current temperatures, 40s, 50s, eastern plains, 40s and 50s in the mountains. Radar, quiet as could be right now. We had some of those earlier clouds. Those have broken up, but it's also going to allow us to cool down. Radiational cooling. Cold air is heavy. It is dense. It wants to sink down towards the ground. The main thing that stops it from sinking to the ground, clouds. That's why tonight it's going to get pretty chilly as you do that trick-or-treating. So those kiddos out there, definitely bundle on up. It's going to get pretty chilly after dark. I'll have details on a pretty toasty forecast for you in just a couple minutes.
A reminder to stay safe out there tonight. A child was hit by a car in Boulder and was seriously hurt this morning. Happened on 19th Street between Evergreen and Elder. Boulder police said that child ran into the road and was hit by a car. The driver stayed on scene. Child went to the hospital with serious injuries.
An update this afternoon on food stamp benefits. Just hours ago, 2 federal judges, one in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, say that the Trump administration must fund SNAP during the shutdown. The ruling says they are required to tap into billions of dollars of emergency funds. Both judges rejected the Department of Agriculture's claim that it couldn't use contingency funds during the shutdown. This ruling comes one day before those benefits were set to expire. And though there could still be problems for recipients, millions of people will likely face delays now in getting their benefits. There is a shelter in Fort Collins that said they have had to turn away more than 400 times. They've had to turn folks away since a fire in August.
Fort Collins Rescue Mission closed its main building after a device malfunctioned in the kitchen and started that fire. 9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Dilbert spoke to the shelter about their search for extra space this winter.
There's no getting inside what's been a staple at the corner of Jefferson and Linden for over 12 years.
It's getting colder and colder.
Seth Forwood, vice president of programs, says while the Fort Collins Rescue Mission can't open their main building to men without a home, the need is still clearly there.
We've had a steady stream of people showing up at our doors that we can't let in.
Since a fire in August, they've opened what's usually just their overflow space.
By November, we're usually operating at a capacity of 159, and we have 70 beds right now. I think I looked yesterday or the day before, and it was 414 times that somebody came and we just didn't have the space for them.
The rescue mission says while this building is still unusable, they're looking at other properties for additional shelter space, especially during the winter.
This is an emergency for those people who are sleeping on a cold surface like this every night.
For now, this building's future and what help can be offered remain uncertain. The Fort Collins Rescue Mission is actually in the process of building a homeless resolution center that will be in a different part of town, but that won't be done until fall of next year. In Fort Collins, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
So because of that construction that you heard Amanda talking about there, the organization is struggling with how much to invest in that building that burned when they're already planning to build something new, a new facility that's going to be complete next year.
The FBI says they have now stopped a potential Halloween weekend terrorist attack as of this morning. It happened in Michigan. Officials familiar with the case say the FBI apprehended a group of young people in the Detroit area who were allegedly plotting some kind of an attack with a possible reference to Halloween. Officials say the group has ties to some form of foreign extremism. They didn't elaborate. The case involves federal charges and arrests, but the court documents are sealed. The name Prince Andrew is now being erased from British public life. Overnight, King Charles started the process to strip his royal titles. Andrew, his brother, no longer appears in an official record of British peers. It comes after growing scrutiny on Andrew's connections to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew has always denied those allegations, but he is being evicted from his house at the royal estate in Windsor and will now move to another estate about 100 miles north of London at the King's expense. This is a historic move. It's something that's not happened in the UK for more than 100 years. And even though he is no longer a prince, Andrew does remain still 8th in line to the throne.
Back here in Colorado tomorrow, it's a football showdown in Colorado Springs. Air Force taking on Army. Game time 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, an early one. And if you're heading to the game, be prepared to show up early because of the government shutdown. The Air Force Academy paused their gate support, meaning that there's delays expected for visitors getting in through those north and south gates. And it's a big football weekend all around. The Broncos have a big game on the road this Sunday. They're taking on the Houston Texans in Houston. It's a morning game with a kickoff at 11. Our Broncos insider and our Game Day Live crew will preview the game from Houston starting at 9 on Sunday morning, right here on 9 News. While the Broncos are away, the field crews are putting in some work here in Denver. Today they pulled out those grow lights that we sometimes see on the field to get the grass growing and looking nice. Got to keep that grass looking sharp as we continue our winning streak at home. Broncos currently undefeated when playing in Denver. They return on a short week, playing next Thursday night at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's been a fun Bronco season so far.
It's never bad to lose or never bad to win.
It's
fun to root
bad
for a
to
team when
lose,
they win.
always
Yeah.
good to win.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
The Halloween candy's already getting in my brain. Speaking of our home teams, let's look at this one. Coors Field has some fresh sod. The first time since 2020, the field's gotten some upgrades. Our cameras caught them watering the new grass this morning. Hey, aren't you supposed to turn your sprinklers off by now? Maybe not if you're a
Blow
Coors
out those
Field.
sprinklers and get ready for
Right.
snow.
So the grass itself may not be responsible for the team's struggles on the field, but the renovation really symbolizes a fresh start in the Rockies' ongoing quest for improvement.